want to do the error analysis? Let's do the error analysis first. Let's do the error analysis. What would a type 1 error be?
Said there was a difference and there's not.
Saying that there is a difference between finger and thumb when there actually isn't. Good. It's a false positive. Type 2?
We say there is and then
Right. Saying there isn't a difference when there actually is. You guys tell me which one you think is worse. And you have to pick a side. You can't say nobody cares because what Tracy just said, it's irrelevant anyway, which is true, it is irrelevant anyway now. It sounds like it is anyway. But in this case, what will be worse in your opinion? Type 2. Knowing there's a difference but missing it. Or I shouldn't say knowing. There being a difference but missing it. Good, how come?
Because if you did fix for the type 1 error, it's not going to make a difference.
That's true. That's true. And if now you've got, there's actually a difference out there. Some kids are being timed differently than others. There could be a consequence there that could be significant, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a kid doesn't get a scholarship he deserves because he was off by a tenth of a second or something. That's possible. That's good. Anybody say a type 1's worse? False positive? My gut was actually going with false positive being worse because then you create this silly, forced procedure. But maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe that isn't a bad thing, right? Everybody's doing the same thing, measuring the same way. That probably isn't a bad thing. Yeah, I changed my mind. Type 2's worse. You convinced me. Listen, you convinced me that type 2's worse. It's totally fine. It's a little bit silly because it's kind of arbitrary data. Fair enough? Any questions so far? So what we have to do now is collect data. This is where your stopwatches come in. So you guys know who's going thumb first, who's going finger first? What I'm going to do is I have a 50-meter butterfly meet, a video, and you guys are going to time it. So we're going to time it 3 times with each appendage. Those of you that flipped heads are going to time it 3 times with your thumb, then turn the clock over and do it 3 times with your finger. I want you always having the button in the same place, whatever appendage you're using. Now that means that sometimes you won't actually be seeing the clock while you're doing it. That's okay, right? That doesn't matter. You don't need to be seeing it while you're doing it. You probably don't even want to be seeing it while you're doing it, right? Because you might then pre-push. Pre-push, it's not even a word. Push too soon. Pre-push. Push before I push. So for lefties, you guys won't see it at all at first, right? But then you'll see it with the finger, and so forth and so on. Am I confusing the hell out of everybody? Hopefully I'm not.
So wait, we're timing 6
Did you 6 different ways, and I'll explain why we're doing that momentarily. But we're 3.
Each race we're going to write down the time?
Yes, sir. Each race you're going to write down the time. So everybody get zeroed out. Everybody get zeroed out. I'm going to let you see the race first, so you know what to expect. Okay? There is a gun sound or a horn sound that starts the race, and it's going to be a little bit weird. But I think the weirdness can be taken care of because we're doing a match pair sample. Let's crack it open here. Hang on, I got it right here. You can't see that.
Why'd you choose butterfly?
Because it's my favorite stroke. It's an underwater, which I still can't do like these guys and girls do, the underwater dolphin. It's just, yeah, it's my favorite. It's the hardest one for me.
Turn the lights down a little?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so here's the race. Just watch it once. So that's when you would start your watches. At the that's the go. Look at that. That's just beautiful.
It's awesome.
They're really, and they're motoring. I mean, motoring. Whenever my master's coach goes, do fast fly. Like, I have fly, dude. So now watch. I think it's this dude is going to win. It's one of these two. No, it's the guy in lane 5, I think. Watch him touch the wall, and then you are going to then stop your watch. So when you think his hands touch, stop the watch, and then we'll do the video again. Does that make sense? So we're going to need 6 data points for you guys. I'm going to kill the camera because this is kind of boring to watch this over and over again.